Whoops, wrong one. Oh, got to put that on there. What's going on, guys? We're here. I think we should be live. Welcome to a brand new Poker Live podcast on a brand new setup here. My name's Joe Ingram 1, aka Chicago Joey. Today's podcast is brought to you by a very special and new sponsor. Actually got in touch with me just for this episode, and I just want to make sure I read this. Are you sure this is the right one? You're positive? All right. This podcast is actually sponsored by the Women of Colombia YMCA.
Wow.
With two locations, one in Medellin and one in Bogota. They wanted to, actually, they reached out to us because Adrian Fenix recently was down in Colombia. They wrote, "The women in Colombia loved Adrian so much, they cannot wait for him to come back. If any of your other listeners come down to Colombia, please tell them to get in touch with us at the YMCA, and we will be sure to show them a great time out at Gringo Tuesdays. And tell Adrian we can't wait to see him." Is this really true? Where did this come from? So, guys, this podcast is going to be sponsored by the Women of Colombia, as Adrian was just there. Podcast is also sponsored by the great game of Pot Limit Omaha. Adrian is a new PLO player. And, man, what's going on, Adrian? I'm glad to be back podcasting with you, man. I see you got your sword. I see you look like a young, you get buff. What do you put on, like 35 pounds till I saw you in the gym? What's happening?
Is that true? I don't think I'm that buff, right? I mean, I might have gained like 10 or something, but not quite there yet.
Man, you looking jacked over there, buddy. Man, guys, by the way, we're trying this new setup here. I got the new camera. It'll probably die at about an hour and a half in, so I'm going to switch cameras at some point in time. But let me know if the audio levels are good, and let me know how it all sounds. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So we'll be podcasting tomorrow. We got Lucky Chewy. You see Lucky Chewy, Adrian, announced
Dude, I had the beard like solid before this, and I was like, I can't do it. But I thought about keeping it on just to, give ode to Lucky Chewy, who really let it go. You know what I mean? Really just rode it all the way. People were kind of making fun of him, but with the white hoodie, he was looking like a bit of a Jesus.
Listen, man, people love to make fun of other people for how they look. These guys, I'm sure they're the most beautiful fucking people in the entire world, so I can understand them putting people down. But if you guys don't know Adrian is a longtime friend of mine. We became friends out in Vancouver, been on the podcast a couple times, member of the Grind Nation, been playing poker quite a long time. And we had some fun in Vegas this summer, and now you used to be a Nolan Holden player, stream a lot on Twitch. Now you've somehow decided to end up playing the great game of Pot Limit Omaha.
Oh man,
what's up with this, Adrian? What's going on?
Look, I got to come out of the closet, man. I've been lying to myself for years. I mean, the truth is, I prefer Pot Limit Omaha, man. I think it's the better game. I finally come to my senses, man. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy studying it. It makes me happy. It's got me tap dancing to work, man. It's got me tap dancing to work. Look at that. That's a smile on my face. But no, I mean, I think it's a great game. I'm fortunate to have quite a bit of really, really good Pot Limit Omaha players as friends and good friends. I mean, I got to give some shout outs here, including you, of course, the great Joe Ingram 1. But I got people on my team. Sam Soverell, I think, is one of the best poker players of all time, and he's helped quite a lot. Esco's helped me a ton in PLO. Recently, Brock Lesnar, who was playing 200, 400 last year and has been crushing LA games, has been a tremendous help for me, spent countless hours coaching me, reviewing my hands, upgrading my thought process. I've had these people in my life for years. I was the only pleb that didn't put the time into PLO as I should have. And you even told me before, like, you're probably not going to want to try to do both, No Limit and PLO. It's a really complex game. People underestimate it. And it's true. Like, I was always half-assing it when I haven't played a million hands of PLO, not even close. I need to put the sample in. I need to focus on it. And I really enjoy doing it. And I told people I would do it. So I'm keeping my end of the deal here, man. I'm focused. And I'm enjoying it, man. I think, by the end of next year, I'm going to have made infinite progress. Hopefully the game still exists. Hopefully Poker Stars. By the way, remember that time you guys told Negreanu to check on the rake situation? The only change they've made since then, besides, reducing rewards, is not making it possible to data mine certain games so people don't know how badly they're getting screwed. I mean, they got to overcome. I think people are drawing pretty dead trying to overcome 14 BB rake when, it's kind of sick. But I don't know. I'm happy to be where I'm at.
Adrian,
I'm gonna put the work in.
You gotta calm down a little bit right now. You guys, I can't masturbate or watch porn, and you're getting me hard right now with all this Pot Limit Omaha talk, baby. I mean, hey, sorry,
that's still on? Have you really? Okay,
it's getting excited right now.
Be honest with me.
I'm getting turned on, baby. I'm getting turned on.
Did you rub a couple out like
I
when
can't.
people
You
weren't
can't.
looking?
Hey, listen, man. I've been expanding my range. Shout out to the stalkers, Adrian. If you taught me the
Mm,
big girl grind
mm.
is alive and well, you taught me
Okay.
the value of the BGG 160 or above.
Gotta
I'll
show
show
that
you
love,
love,
man.
man. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get up on anything sometimes, man. It's just how it
Wow.
is. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. Yeah.
Okay, but
Listen,
it's been
man.
going well. You kept it together.
I've been more productive than I ever been in my entire life. I just came up with a challenge. I'm gonna be doing 84 hours a week. I got to be completing 10 things. It's gonna help the GTO club. It's gonna help the podcast. It's gonna help the future of. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know, man. It's. I just like these crazy challenges, man. I got to write a 40,000 word book by the end of
You told
January
me. It's
31st.
amazing. It's amazing.
I know, man. It's amazing. So what? So PLO, you're playing. Are you gonna be streaming PLO, or have you decided that?
I can't get away, man. I can't. I'm sitting here in my cave. I'm working on it. I gotta do this. I gotta stay focused. I don't think I can stream it and do that. I don't think I can get to where I want to get to while doing both. It's gonna one or the other is gonna suffer from it. I'm gonna be off stream mostly just putting in work.
What's your goal with pot limit Omaha? What do you think you can realistically get to?
No, honestly, it's like a. So here's the thing, man. I mean, I know a lot of computer programmer friends. They constantly have to evolve and learn new languages and put in work and learn complex systems. I'm over here, grinding the same thing over and over. To not put the effort in to learn, a secondary or tertiary game, I think that's just pure laziness for the most part out of poker players. I think my goal is honestly, it's improving my life in that, like, you sent me that schedule where you're waking up at 8 a.m. You're trying to eliminate dead time and wasted time. And I showed you, I also have, like, it's funny, you had the wake up 8 a.m. get started. I had the piece of paper with the wake up 8 a.m. get started as well. Like, I'm trying to do similar things here. I haven't drank since back from Colombia. I haven't smoked any weed. I've been focused. This makes my life better. I'm being more productive. I'm optimizing my time. Every day I'm trying to reduce the dead time, less social media, checking email, whatever, more reading, learning Spanish consistently, putting in the work, putting in the grind, putting in the study time, doing the reviews, doing the other work, whatever I can, man. So it's making me more efficient. I think if I can master this, it's a pretty complex game, I'll be way more equipped to master anything. I mean, literally, you're learning how to learn. You're getting better at it. You're learning how to be efficient, how to manage that time. And that translates into everything. It's just good habits. So basically, I'm building good habits. I'm learning how to keep a sleep schedule for once in the last 12 years. This is like the longest I've kept one. I'm staying sober, so I'm not hungover half the week. It's, I don't do that often. I've taken a year off before, but I've self-destructed every time. Even Colombia, man, I thought I was going to get more work done. Man, strippers, alcohol, it didn't happen,
I remember
man.
you told me you're going down there, and you said, "You know what, Joey?
Hmm.
I'm gonna be doing more work." And I said, "We'll see." I said, "We'll see."
It didn't work out quite as that. It was fun. I don't regret it, but I'm not going to go back to Colombia for a while because I'm staying focused. I'm really happy with my progress. It means a lot to me. It just means a lot to me to keep at it and just keep building. And I think if I go, it's just inevitably, it's not just the month that you waste, but like it takes 3 months to get back to like optimal, and it's just too devastating. So I'm going to try to not self-destruct for a while and really put in the work. And I'm loving it. I'm fucking happy, man. I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I don't care what they do. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what countries ban this or that. I don't care what the variables are. I feel like if I stick to what I'm doing right now, I'm going to be able to adapt and crush no matter what. And I feel amazing about it, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I've heard it before from you, but not to this extreme. This is like a very extreme. Normally, you say things like this to me, and then like a couple months later, you're smoking weed, or you're drinking on stream, or you're have a hooker or a woman from Colombia.
Hey, they're good strippers, man.
I mean, you have a woman from Colombia. She's grinding on you. She's doing things. I don't know what's happening. I'm analyzing the match you're playing, your competitive chess match. So it's great to hear this, man. Obviously, very similar type of point I'm at in my life. That's why you sent me last night. You sent me your little your schedule. I loved it. It was nice. It looked good. I gotta get my assistant. We'll put that into an infographic for you, my friend. I love it. You got wake up. I'm on this sleep schedule. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, Adrian. I'm not sure if I was approaching my life the same way, I ever would have done well at poker, because it's like sometimes with poker and sometimes playing higher stakes and making money, you got to have these inoptimal amount of times. You just have these times where where you're just all in sort of these unhealthy sort of schedule. But maybe, maybe that's maybe you can do it both ways. It's just that we've never really tried to do it the other way. We've always just thought, because we're poker players, like, fuck it, man. Like, we don't need to worry about this. We can be crazy. We can be this. We play poker for a living. It's so easy. The money comes so easy. When in reality, maybe that's not the GTO setup, and maybe this is the better way to approach it. I mean, I think you can have success with both, but I guess for you now, what have you noticed in terms of performance when it comes to poker, when it comes to retaining information? How do you feel like this new approach for yourself has benefited you?
Honestly, man, I think as poker players, especially for me in the past, I used to like relish in the fact that I could wake up at any time, go to sleep at any time. I had this freedom. I embraced it. I bragged about it. I was like arrogant about it. In reality, it was killing me. Like, in reality, my sleep schedule rotated every day. So, often I'd be groggy for a couple hours in the morning. My sleep was always off. And it led to a lot of inefficiency. It led to like small windows of time in my day being useful or productive or having that capability, because like either I'm groggy in the morning or I just ate a big meal or whatever, and the time is never right and I'm never feeling optimal. If I exercise, I'm tired after a while. And basically structuring the day for me is proving to be extremely positive, and I'm just maturing. I mean, I was an idiot back then. I'm still an idiot in some ways, but I'm learning. Honestly, it's extremely good. I think having a schedule, it's funny how like things change, because back in the day, it'd be like schedule. It seems like something that's for those other people that don't do this. But now it's like, wow, if I'm not wasting time, I can get so much more done. If I'm spending an hour a day extra on a task, either learning or doing, then that means over like the course of a couple months, I've made insane progress just using that 1 hour, whether it's in Spanish or whether it's in poker. I think that's extremely important. I mean, I think optimizing time is really nice. I'm loving it. It's like a mini game. I've turned it into a mini game where I'm tracking my progress, trying to keep myself accountable. You wanted to do checkups in the evenings or at night, keep ourselves accountable. That's awesome. I think that's really good, and I think it's a better way of living. I'm excited. It's new to me. This is stuff that people learn maybe 12 years earlier. Maybe it's some stuff that people never learn. But I'm excited to be here right now. I'm optimistic as hell.
We turning y'all into optimized machines, man. Ain't no more degenerate living around here, man.
Nah, man.
Poker Life Podcast. We're growing up, baby. We're growing up. We ain't degenerate.
You're already in your 30s. I'm gonna be 30 in a year. I only got 1 year to get it together.
That's true.
I feel like.
True. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got a lot of guys out there. What's going on, puppies? Who we got out there? We got Michael Wolf. Michael Weirman Wolf. What up, Mike? Hey. Max Lacerda. Where Adrian Graph? What stakes he plays? Well, Max, we're going to post his fucking graph right here for you, okay? We're going to put it over his face, all right? I got his fucking graph right here.
Here it goes. Look at it go. You see it?
Whoa, hey, whoa, okay. All right, nice question, man. Who we got? Phil Yo. What up, Phil Yo? That's a mean comment,
what's
man.
up, Phil?
Nah, fuck him, man. Lucas Berger. What up, Lucas? Ricky
Ricky
Bartolos. Theodore. Jorge. What's up, puppy? Scott F's out there in the chat. Torin. Yayo. Jeff Rutland. What up? Matt Dwyer, what up, Matt? Liam Kavanaugh, puppy. What's up? ITG, top 10, Justin N. All right, man. Hey, Kip Slip. So, yeah, man, it sounds like you had some real, was it like something happened in Colombia? Were you down there? Were you on like a Colombian, mountainside, and you were with one of your many Colombian women, shout out to them, and you had some epiphany? Like, what was it, man? What was it that sort of sparked, because I know we've had chats about this over time, but what do you think really sparked this inspiration?
I don't know. I think I was building up to it, and I did set out to go to Colombia and actually be productive there. And then once again, like the lack of productivity kind of spurred me to try harder and to eliminate all the things that might have been distracting. Honestly, I'll say this: like maybe other people have more success with this, but anytime I'm in a relationship, it nukes like 40% of my brain. My focus is a lot worse. I have all this swirl of thought about that in there that's taking up space of, other things like that would be more productive. There's always this, like right now I'm relaxed, I'm focused, I'm in a great mood every day. When I'm in a relationship, that's often not the case. I mean, I love females, but the relationship thing really just makes life harder by a lot for me. A lot harder. To the point where I don't know if I'll ever want to do that again, ever, man. It's just like, I want to make out with some cute girls, but I don't want to have them like in my house all day because it's just not.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, obviously, I take a very same approach because you know me. I haven't really had any. You know, I had like one serious girlfriend, wasn't super happy with it. Had another one for a little bit of time. I was like, yeah, not gonna be able to do it, man. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I see the pros, I see the cons. I think that for somebody like you or somebody like me, you know, it's not hard to go if we want to meet someone and have some sort of romantic encounter, like a friends with benefits sort of thing. Like it's not difficult to find. So maybe for you or for myself, we you know we can kind of do without the relationship, but maybe for some other guys who don't find it as easy, maybe they feel like they need that security of always having someone there. Whereas, I mean, I'm the same way, man. I feel like I see the pros, but at the same time, with all the other drama and as you mentioned, the stuff that comes with it, you got this, you got that, you got to start worrying about what they're doing. I mean, I understand why people fall in love.
Yeah.
I understand it all, but you know, I don't know, man. It's gonna take a special girl for someone like me too to be ready to intersect with them. And I mean, you hang out with them every single day, Adrian. That seems excessive when you start really thinking about it. You hang out with them every single day. It's like
And then,
every day.
I don't know. I'm pretty chill about a lot of things, but when it comes to that, all these little things add up, and all of a sudden they become bigger, and they just take up way more than they should in the in the scope of things. If you've built all these talents and abilities, and you're working on making your life as optimal as possible, and these little things are like nuking 30% of your capability, that's a really large price to be paying. That's what research says. It's like when you're in a relationship, literally like 30% of your logical capability gets nuked. I've heard research like
for women, it's got to be like 95% because the girls are not logical at all in your relationship. They're like yelling at you. You text them. You're like, well, that meant me feel like this, and you're like, no, listen, it was supposed to. This is what it meant. She's like, I don't. No, you just like you don't care. You don't get it. You don't. What's?
I can see you've had some good times recently.
Well, no, I mean recently. You know, I ain't been looking to get tied down with a girl, Poppy. I'm doing a lot of other things, man. I'm a speed chess player, man. I'm a speed player.
Gotcha.
I'm playing those time games. Once the timer goes off, that's it. Game over. One-way ticket back to showers. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to stay focused on what I'm doing, Poppy. I don't know if, I don't know, man. I don't know. Alec Leonard says, "Don't you think the TGG BGG will be tough with your new rigorous schedule, Joey? Seems like it's got to be making the bet with Fedor super tough." It's not true. I don't mean that's. No, come on, stop it. Kind of noob you think I am, man. What about you for yourself? So I mean, I guess with your approach, like from this perspective, then. I mean, are you fine just going periods of time without seeing many people? Because I'm sure a lot of your time right now is being spent working on poker, on the computer, sort of trying to stay in this zone, this schedule. So I imagine that a lot of the interactions are with people just on the internet and not with real life people.
I'm definitely sacrificing on going out. I don't mind passing up on, like, if I really want to get good and do what I need to do, I think wasting hours of time, like, I'd rather just not do that for the most part. But I still, you know, a friend has a birthday, I pop in, say hi for an hour or two. I'll still socialize with people once in a while. I'm going out tonight with the stream crew. I think Jamie and Kevin, I think I'm going to go see them for dinner later tonight. Say hi. Never met them. So, you know, I still socialize, still keep things, you know, mix it in. But it's never going to be like, you know, the Roxy days where we just nuke weeks at a time. And for the most part, right now, I'm avoiding longer, you know, I'm not looking for anything right now. I'm just trying to stay focused. Inevitably, I'm going to be traveling in 2017, and we're going to have adventures, and I'm going to go all in.
Get it? We like Pablo.
I mean, inevitably, Joey's going to meet up somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be South Korea or Colombia, but we're going to come somewhere. We're going to have adventures. But until then, I know a cousin of mine's actually having a wedding in Poland in April, so I might pop into Europe. I don't know. We'll see. But I know inevitably I'm going to have a good time doing that. But right now I'm just trying to stay focused. It's cold outside, man. I got a computer right here. I need to do what I need to do. I know how to do it. Just got to do it.
Loving it, baby.
But by the way, I mean, honestly, like in the future, who knows? I want to play more live poker in LA. That was fun as hell. There's good games out there. I want to check out Macau. I want to do other things. But right now we're staying right here. We're staring at the screen. We're sitting in this chair. And no, I don't want to go out and flirt with French girls in the winter cold. I want to sit here and improve, man. I want to sit here and improve.
I got it. You know, Adrian, you mentioned you're going out the stream crew. Jimmy! Jamie and Kevin Martin. I got to say, I want to congratulate them. They finally opened up the lobby door to the lab. They're posting.
I saw your post.
They're posting these breakdowns of ranges. They're fine. Adrian, listen. They're fine. Yeah. Jamie Staples finally, got the lab. He realized Queen Jack offsuit or whatever it was, under the gun +1, maybe not a shove for 14 bit. Listen, man. Welcome to the lobby of the lab, man. You got to work your way up about 6 floors till you get up there in the top floor, penthouse of the lab. But I mean, I'm just happy to have y'all in the lab. I'm happy to have y'all here. I'm glad you guys are finally running simulations on what you should call off in the big blind. I mean, you should be doing this a long time ago, guys. But listen, man, I'm happy to have you here. Shout out to Kevin Martin, man. He's putting out some cool videos up on YouTube, man. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what, Adrian?
What's up?
They got some potential, man. They got some potential.
I agree. Anybody that focuses on improvement makes that happen, man.
Yeah, man.
So
I agree. We got Harbs in the chat. He says, "Tell AJ it's 6 Sniper."
Hey, what's good, dude? How you doing?
You miss Twitch? You love Twitch, man.
I've been popping in. I mean, I was on there 2 days ago. I'm still, I make cameos. I like that, dude. It's amazing that I get to pop a stream open and 700 people are willing to watch me. Like that's like a dream come true still, and I'm never gonna fully go away. I always have cameos, always share adventures. Hopefully, don't get banned. I mean. That I went out of line a little bit with a couple of them from Colombia, and Twitch staff did message me. They were laughing, but they said, we can't really do that. so I said, okay, I won't do that again. But I do want to share. I do want to share the adventure. I hope it's useful for some people. I mean, still get people thanking me and whatnot. I'm still trying to give back a little bit. I love it. It's like a hobby, but my main focus is not that for sure right now. It can't be.
Main focus is life, love, getting Muppets to make videos for you and post them on on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with PLO though,
do
you feel like PLO online right now in PokerStars? What do you think you can get to? You think you can make it up to the 510, 1020?
Well, the thing is, like the amount of games, even in PLO, it seems like it's diminished quite a bit. People are less incentivized to start games, so it looks like there's less high stakes games. Period. But I mean, inevitably in 2017, I'd like to have a solid win rate at 2.5 Zoom, and I'd also like to play those bigger games on there. I think those are tougher games. I think there are other sites that run games, and
what?
I do think, well, I don't really want to say all of them, but one starts with a P, and it's got some pretty good games sometimes. One starts with an I, and it's probably still worthwhile.
An I?
And yeah.
Oh, okay. R. Kelly. I wanna no. Stop it. Come on. Put it together. Really? R. Kelly. P.
Okay.
Con la moza caramonacita. We making an anagram or something like that. What it's called, man.
But no, there's still some games that run on other non-star sites, and I do think that usually there's a silly player, and when there's a silly player, all the regs have good win rate. I mean, it's just how it functions. And there's also live games as well in the future, I think. And I do want to I also want to learn inevitably 2-7 triple draw. It's actually a really fun game, and apparently the recreational players are pretty much dead in that game. They play very poorly, and it's not the hardest game to have a big edge against the weaker players. And so I really like that one as well. Those 3 games, obviously No Limit Hold'em. That's the only limit game I found that I really enjoy. But yeah, and also reading books, improving, learning. I want to get my Spanish to fluent. I want to be really good with the Spanish by the end of next year.
Hey, I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Let's redefine the approach to life. Coming into PLO, trying to get up to 2.5, trying to get up to 5.10. You know what? I guess your main work is, you probably don't want to get too much into it now, just because state of the games and all that fun stuff. But
some of it. I can't even discuss some of it, but I mean, we'll hopefully do some work together in the future. I've also been talking to, shout out to Jason Lavalley, who is now a GPL champion, part of the Montreal squad. I know people have mixed feelings about the GPL, but it is Montreal. So
did I tell you the good news? I got drafted by the Shanghai Shesop.
No way.
In the CPL, Chinese Poker League, baby. I'm in.
Are you serious?
I'm in the Chinese Poker League. I got drafted by Shanghai Shesop.
Did you accept?
Yeah. I'm going to play China. I'm going to Shanghai. No, I'm kidding. Come on, stop it. I
Oh
mean, there's a
man.
shot, right? You think I could? You think there's a shot I could
Yeah,
get in the Chinese
you
poker
can,
league, right?
dude. They love tall white people, man. You get over there, you're gonna be
Maybe.
a celebrity in China. You know how many people? There's rappers doing shows for like 100 a pop that can't make 30 out here in the states. Go to China, dude. Are you kidding? That's a huge opportunity. Just try to stay in the cities that aren't that polluted. But
Mm.
yeah, for
Maybe my
sure.
nickname could be Big Puppy.
You
Chinese
could
man, Big
be
Puppy,
Joey,
Big Puppy,
Joey,
Big
Big
Puppy,
Poppy.
Big
Dude, they
Puppy.
would love you. That would be a huge opportunity. You're joking right now, but that's legitimate. You could be drafted by a Chinese team and do that. You could do that.
I got to get on Kitty Cow and Big Dick Dong or Kim's good side then, I guess, here. So
Yeah.
I feel like they can connect me. Alex
Yeah.
Dreyfus, AD, of course. I feel like he could too. Not a
I
bad
think
idea.
no, it's a great idea, regardless of anything. China is an emerging market, man.
Hmm. Really
Mm.
emerging with some of the biggest population in the entire world. Really emerging. Really coming
Yeah.
into its own right now. really, really
Really
coming
doing
into
big
it.
things, man.
Did we ever talk about our night outs in Vegas this summer?
I don't know. I mean, you posted some stuff from them.
And the one night, it was nice. It was nice to see you and the doctor girl out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Girl. We're still in touch. We're still on good terms, you know.
Yeah, didn't work out.
No, I mean she was 31. She was looking for the marriage and the kids and whatnot. And me, I was just like, oh my god, I can't get married. I was just swirling in my head like I can't do this. Right, this is not where I'm at, and this is not where I'm at. But I wish her all the best. And you know, shout out to Lawyer Girl. Shout out to Amazon Girl. Shout out to Charlie's Angels, man.
Hmm. Hmm. Subdued today. Subdued, Adrian.
Yeah, keeping it together. You know, we got different flavors.
You think that's a tell when you start getting a little out of line? Maybe your life's getting a little out of line when you're subdued. Maybe your life's in line a little bit.
Maybe. I've been keeping it together. Like I said, I'm in a happy state. I'm in a relaxed state. Uh, I'm not hungover. I'm not too wired. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling sharp.
Yeah,
Clean.
clean living.
Yeah.
What's kind of like? What's the? I mean, I know what your schedule's like. I have it right here. But what's kind of tell people a little bit about what your schedule's like?
You know, we're waking up in the morning. We make sure to get a walk in while listening to productive audiobook. We
Vitamin
get
D.
some exercise. Yeah, get some exercise. You know, jump rope, some cardio, some push-ups, squats, maybe a little bit of other things, and you know, make sure to have that food digest a bit and get maybe a little bit of study work in just to warm the brain up. Do a couple focus exercises. Two things I've been doing. Pretty simple exercises. Like I've always had and maybe I should force it because meditation everybody touts is really amazing, but these two things are kind of like meditation, and they're a little bit more active. So for me, and I get a little bit bored. Basically, on random.org, you can create a grid of random numbers from 1 to 100, and you go in order, finding the numbers from 1 to 100. It takes 10 to 15 minutes, and you try to. I mark my time down. It's like a time trial,
Hmm.
and just you focus, trying to find the numbers. It gets you focused. Also, you look at your watch for a minute, just paying attention to the second hand. Then you look away and you count out a minute and see how far off you were. Just kind of really try to stay focused and it's just like a 2-minute exercise. But these two things, I found I've been at times inconsistent with my focus and just jumping into the game and starting off playing my B game instead of just forcing myself to be fully focused before I jump in. Just basically a pregame routine has been pretty productive for me as well. The exercise, I find that like coffee has drawbacks for me
Hmm.
in that like the second half of my day, if I drank a cup of coffee, I'm a bit grogged out. I'm not as sharp and like it's just kind of a haze there. Whereas if instead I'd get some exercise in the morning, it's a cleaner energy. And so I make sure to do that. I make sure to exercise before playing poker. I find that to be really helpful. I mean, these are really simple things. I also have been eating really healthy and just putting in the sessions later on when I'm a little bit lower on the energy, do the study work, do some throughout the day as well, mix it in, and try to get the hour of Spanish in at the end of the day as well, and do some reading as well. 20 pages a day consistently, that's a lot of books read instead of not doing it. It doesn't take too long to knock out 20 pages, so
Hmm. Yeah.
just kind of eliminating wasted time, man.
That's
I don't watch
that's
shows.
what I'm trying to do. Eliminate the white space sort of thing. Or if you do watch a show, you make it productive. You do some stretching. I combine my push up and squat and wall sit workouts with if I'm going to watch anything on television or basketball. Also, something you do for energy later in the day. Man, I'm a professional studier, by the way, guys. I'm Supernova Elite. I've learning shit these past 3 months, man. And so one thing I've been studying about this energy thing is that if you do the walk in the morning time, You can also do that. It's like a renewal period where you do the walk at nighttime as well too. 20 minutes, 30
Nice.
minutes as well. Drink a lot of water. Like stand up, just stretch around. If you do something active, when you feel that tiredness coming on, you do 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups. Do 3 sets of those with some squats in there. That'll then help you raise that energy level up. So instead of just drinking coffee and just doing that, then that is a way to naturally help you get more energy. And then a lot of people don't stay hydrated enough throughout the day, and therefore they become tired. They think they need coffee, or they think they need these energy drinks, when in reality they just need to drink some water, stretch out a little bit. And yeah, I've been deep in the lab, Poppy. I've been deep in the lab.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I think also one thing I found is actually really good. After I've been awake like 7 hours or so, a 20-minute nap is extremely effective for like refreshing me for the second half of the day. I find that like often 7 hours after, if I got exercise in the morning and I did a lot of intensive things, after 7 hours, I feel like the energy level go down a bit. But if I take that 20-minute nap and then get a bit of exercise again after that, I'm ready for the second half of the day, man.
Well, kind of something I've been reading is that, I mean, people do this in different intervals where they do these 50-minute intervals on, really intense, in the zone. Their phone's off. They're not being distracted. They're just kind of unleashing, whatever it is they want to be focused or creative or whatever. And then they, take like a 3-minute break. You just get up, stretch out a little bit, drink some water. But I've been setting my timer a lot on my phone for these 50-minute blocks or 20-minute blocks. And I used to have these sprints where I just try to really focus in on what I'm doing. And that's been really helpful because I feel like there's a lot of times where you end up sitting there 2-3 hours and the first 50 minutes, first 30 minutes, very productive. But those last 30 minutes or the hour or so, you don't even realize that you're not being productive. I mean, I think back to my poker sessions, I mean, fuck, I can't even imagine if I approach this shit I feel like I've gotten 100%, like 200% better at the other part of poker, not just the skill part. And yeah, I wonder what would happen if like, I kind of in a way want to play poker, but the thing is, Adrian, is that when you start learning about this stuff, it kind of inspires you to spend more time on it. It inspires you to do other things where you can actually put these qualities into action. And I mean, maybe if I didn't play poker for so long and feel like, what else is there really necessarily to do? But I don't know. I kind of want to test it out. You know what I was thinking, Adrian?
What's that?
I was thinking, listen, if some of these guys win at tournaments, there ain't no chance I can't win at tournaments, man. I was thinking about coming to the tournament ring, baby.
Oh, you're going to jump in? You're going to give it
hopping in.
A full effort?
I was thinking about hopping in, man. I feel like if I apply everything that I'm doing, just see what happened there, give it a 6-month time. I feel like
really get your name out there like the Kate Halls and the Mike Dentalis,
No, man, you just gotta. Don't matter. You put out. I mean, what else? I mean, that, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, I just kind of want to see, because I feel like from a lot of tournament players I talk to, man, they ain't approaching much GTO at all. I don't even know like why they're c-betting a lot of times and they're up money. Like why you c-bet that?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
Why you do that?
I don't know why I c-bet that. That's the best question. If someone says I play poker and they play a hand, why'd you c-bet there? Just ask them that. Who's that? Jess?
Yeah.
BGG?
I don't know. Let me mute the. Somebody's spazzing. Sorry. All right.
BGG?
It's good to have that airplane mode on, man.
Airplane mode all the time. I keep my phone on airplane mode all the time, man.
Yep.
GTO way to do it. I guess so. In terms of the audience you got, are you just, are you trying to cultivate that audience still? I know on Twitch for a while you're trying to build up an audience, trying to build up that. Are you still thinking about doing that or passively, and then more focused on the PLO and more focused on keeping this life in balance in check?
I feel like the cool thing about it is it's kind of built up. So whenever I pop in, even if I've been gone for a while, like people show up. I have a solid base of loyal people that I'm thankful for. It's always fun to have them there. Like I said, I want to do occasional cameos, but I'm really just trying to stay focused on one thing. I mean, everything I've studied in recent times has told me focus on doing one thing really well, and trying to dilute big projects 3 at a time is just a terrible idea. I think in the future, inevitably, I do want to do things on a larger scale. I want to make some music videos, hopefully have them go viral. I want to do some fun things, but one thing at a time, man, staying focused. So people understand that, they're supportive. The people will be there. And as far as building it up, it's better down the road anyway. If I'm going to be doing more epic things than just playing, small no-limit games on the stream, it's helpful for people. I mean, people are still trying to learn and improve, and they get something out of it, and they're happy that it's happening. But there's bigger things out there. There's still bigger things out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that this is like a really big challenge for myself to master this complex thing. It's still got a decent payoff in it, and the payoff's way bigger, and that is just restructuring my life, making me stay consistent, building new habits, and trying to get as far as I can go, baby. Battle the bends, man. I don't care. Give me some Hollywood Hackstead action in the future. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Make them all acknowledge, man. 6 Max PLO. We're coming for the crowd. Let's go.
Get me excited, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. You're speaking like me right now. You sound like me. I don't know what the fuck happened to you, man. Came in from Colombia and knew I changed goddamn man. What happened there? You have a trip? You have like some sort of drug trip and you fucking almost died or something like that? You popped out and all of a sudden...
It might have been, I don't know, the love, man. They showed me the love over there.
Damn, man. I know.
Feel like
I saw
anything.
the Snapchats. They were definitely showing you love, man, in some weird ass ways. They were showing you some crazy love, man. Man, they were showing you some love, Poppy, on Snap. What's the craziest story that happened out there, man? Am I drinking wait, hold on. Zane said, am I drinking steroid milkshakes? Listen, Zane, I got a personal trainer 3 months ago. Shout out to my boy Mike Vacanti. I got changed my diet all around. My workouts are sick. My diet is GTO. And that's what happens, baby. You get gains, motherfucker. You get gains, man. Right, Adrian?
Yeah, I mean, put in the work, you get results. It's inevitable. Like Joey's been on the health and fitness grind for a while. He's been at the gym. He's been playing the basketball. He's been doing the work. He's been sharing it with you guys. Inevitably, he's gonna have some results, but you don't have to accuse him of playing the game dirty just because you mad about him putting the work in.
Man, I don't mind, man. I mean, I don't mind. I like it, man. Give me some. I'll try some. If I had some, I'd probably put some HGH or something out there, see what they did. What you got, juice?
Turn the light on.
Oh, baby. Cola Mosa. Hey, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to 1979. It's me and Adrian Fenix in the house tonight. Adrian's coming to you from a household in California, 1979. He just got back from Studio 54. And he's here to tell you guys about what he's doing with his life. His name is Adrian Fenix in the house. What's up?
What's good, man?
I'm liking this.
So how you been? How have you been? Overall, it sounds like you've been extremely productive, focused, happy, and doing what you want to do, making progress.
Baby, we building greatness over here. GTO Club, right now, a small group of people dedicated to bettering themselves at their life. Soon, 1 to 5 years, GTO Club Phase 2, one of the biggest things one of the biggest things in the world. Give me 5-10 years.
Whoa.
One of the biggest things in the world.
In the world. Large scale. We're blowing up.
Listen, man.
Empire.
We're trying to change
We're building an empire.
We're trying to change the world, baby. We're trying to change the and listen. And if it doesn't work, like Bill Perkins says, man, you gotta challenge yourself. You gotta do it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. Because you're still gonna do something good.
You learn from it. You figure out what doesn't work. You implement it in the next thing you try. Inevitably, if you keep putting in work and keep improving, like success in any of these realms is inevitable. You're going to find a way that works. You're going to clearly discard the ones that don't. You try 10,000 times, 5 of those might work. They're going to work pretty well because you've learned. I mean, yeah.
Listen, this is all this stuff is like a 1,000 times easier than PLO and getting to high stakes PLO, getting Supernova Elite and like playing 450,000 hands in a month. Adrian, that was hard. Okay. Doing this kind of stuff.
I mean, you didn't that wasn't that hard for you, man. You still took a week off to get with that girl. Like, you still had made it happen. It wasn't that hard.
Boys got needs. Boys got needs, puppy. But I can't believe I took a week. I was looking at the database like a week in there. I played like 2 hours a day.
Yeah, that was a little insane to me.
I think I had about 650 in me that month.
You really might have. I mean, you took a week off just for this girl in the middle of the most ridiculous prop I've ever seen. So. That's kind of ridiculous, man.
Was it? That was ridiculous. That was probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
It was fun,
it might have
man.
Been. But you still did it. You still did it.
It was fun. It was a good time. Shout out to her. I'm sure she's out there somewhere playing poker tournament, something like that. So, but it was fun, man. It was a good time. I guess.
I love this. Like for me, the PLO challenge is. I'm extremely excited about it. It gives me motivation. Like I feel like I said,
you've needed that.
I feel like if I can go all the way with that, I feel like I can do anything, man. It's like you make it here, you can make it anywhere. Period. And I love it. It's a fun time doing it. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I think even if you kind of speaking on the failure aspect of things, even if you don't make it to play Ben, make Hollywood Hackston, the qualities that you gain by trying to become one of the best poker players is qualities that then carry over to everything else you do, because you need a lot of work ethic, a lot of focus, a lot of learning, a lot of obsession. You need all these qualities that then carry over into whatever it is you do, whether you're helping people, whether you're making videos, whether you're working at as a barista at Starbucks, whether you're taking care of your grandma who can't walk and can't move and can't leave the house, whether you're being a drug guide in a mountain in Utah. I mean, whatever it is, these things carry over and can have success at whatever it is you're doing. So there is no worst case scenario in your instance, because no matter what, you're learning abilities, you're bettering your abilities, and I mean, it only builds these good habits, as you mentioned earlier in the pod. It only builds these good habits, these strong habits up. And then when you want to do whatever it is you want to do, well, now it's ingrained in you. Whereas right now, you have to reverse some of these things that were a little bit out of line, like the sleep schedule and the process of learning. And
built these bad habits for years.
Exactly. I mean, and it's hard because I know for you and for myself, we probably had some of these bad habits. I mean, I know you definitely for a long time. It's really hard to say, all right, sleep schedule. All right, let's focus on this structured life. When I know you and I know we had a structured life, and I never had no fucking structure, man. I wake up whenever I want. When do you wake up? I wake up when I'm ready. When do you go to sleep? I sleep when I'm tired.
I feel good.
Yeah, I sleep when I'm tired.
Couple more songs on repeat. Get that last hour in. I used to have this thing where it was like I hated ending the day because I could just do a little bit more stuff that I love doing. It always seems so much better at night. That last hour, like ride it out, man. Hit that J, ride it out, man. It sounds so good.
It sounds so good. Me and my crew.
Feels so good, but discipline pays off a lot more than that did. I mean, it just really does.
Adrian, this might be a good time for a sponsor read. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Mid-roll here, guys. Spot podcast sponsored by BodyTech. BodyTech, producer of 100% pure creatine monohydrate. Take this if you're interested in putting on the pounds. They actually got a code for you. If you go to bodytech.com, put in Poppy, you'll be able to get 35% off future orders.
Gotcha.
That's creatine monohydrate. Shout out to BodyTech, man. Getting in touch with me. Want to sponsor the pod, man. They're big fans of the pod here. So
that's a real thing?
Yeah. It's a real thing, Adrian.
Sick.
For sure. Shout out to them, man. BodyTech.
Shout out to BodyTech.
I love them, man. Let me get some shouts. Who we got in the chat, man? Brandon Daniels. Love the energy, Joe. Much love, Poppy. Much love. McGavel, my buddy Max Ernst. Shout out to Max. He was a great. I did the DFS. I was in New York City this weekend, Adrian, at the DraftKings finale. I recorded some video. Max was a great cameraman. We were actually in Times Square on Saturday night at like midnight. It was freezing fucking cold. We were going around and we were asking people in Times Square, "Are you pumped up for the finals tomorrow? You know what DraftKings is?" And it turns out they didn't. But we were asking people that probably weren't the target demographic.
You also had the Spirit Hood on, I believe.
I definitely had the Spirit on. I was killing the Spirit Hood. They love it, man. They love the Spirit Hood, Poppy. You walk in, you put it on, they love it, man. You got a Spirit Hood?
I don't have a Spirit Hood, no. I got other items, but I don't have a Spirit Hood.
Why not?
I don't know. It just never was the go-to item. I'm not gonna steal your thing. That's your thing.
That ain't my thing.
It's not your thing. You're not holding it down.
No, I'm retired from the Spirit Hood life, man. I just whip it out when it's cold outside. I mean, it's like I want to wear it, but I just can't. So I just can't. Speaking of management chess, so I guess what's your approach to things now? How are you gonna avoid? Because I know a kid like you. You're a lover. Hey, how are you gonna avoid falling for some nice mamacita? Are you just going to try not to meet them? I mean, you and Jamie are going out later tonight. You guys might, I don't know, you must run into some ladies.
We're just getting dinner. I'm going home after. That's it.
But what happens? So you're just not going to you're not going to hook up any girls at all? Just that's it?
Done? No, if things happen, they happen. And like I said, I'll mix things in, but I'm staying focused right now, man. Inevitably, if I'm sitting in this chair doing what I'm supposed to do, that's where my focus is, and I can avoid disasters. If I'm in a place like Colombia, it's inevitable that some adventures happen. If I go traveling, I'm gonna let myself have some fun. But I think honestly, I'll be able to do a good job staying focused here. I think the environment's good for it, and like I said, it's cold. I'm not gonna go to the Bistro at Jojo with the sangria with the live music anytime soon. It's just not what I'm doing right now. I'll be all right.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man, going out with Jimmy might not be. I'm just asking for trouble.
Hey, hang out with them. They're gonna be apparently they're gonna be moving out of here, I think before the New Year's, so I wouldn't be able to see them otherwise. So
Now
I
listen,
figured,
I don't want people to think I'm fucking kidding. I'm not kidding. I feel like he's got a little something, man. He got something, man. He got something. He got game. He got more game than a lot of guys. That's for sure.
that's fair.
I heard some stories, man. He got some game, man. Be going, man. Shout to him, man. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not sure what angle you're playing, so I'm keeping
I'm
quiet,
telling
man.
you, man. He's. I feel like he's coming, man. Like he's coming. As someone says, it's just me or is the sound not synced? Yeah, I'm trying to sync it up. I don't know how to. I keep messing with the delay and this end. I keep messing with this. It's just I don't know what's happening with it. So let's try a button here and let's see if we can help it out or not. I'm trying this new setup here, guys, and it'll probably take some getting used to, I guess. So are you trying? Do you have any sort of tangible challenges you're trying to get to over this next month? Because you have a lot of stuff in place. Do you have these actual things? Is it just like consistently staying on your schedule, or are there some other things that?
I mean, keeping progress of how many like A-game sessions I'm able to put in, just getting that volume in, making sure that I am able to, the little list of things I want to accomplish in each day is getting done consistently. I am keeping track of my progress and like my mental and technical game and how reactive I am and how like my overall state is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking notes and just keeping myself accountable for sure, like staying on track. I do think it's important to do writing and just like put it on paper and look at it and see how you're coming along. Reward yourself. I think that's one thing that people might not do enough is reward yourself for the progress you are making. Pay attention to the improvement you are seeing. It gives you a positive reinforcement loop instead of only focusing on what you're doing wrong. And that's kind of always keeping your focus there. See what you are doing right, what is working, and do more of that as well. And see what maybe roadblocks there are to getting to the other things that you want to be doing, eliminating those, just being more efficient. I'm learning a shitload just doing this, just putting yourself in there and doing. You learn a lot by it. Just sitting back and theorizing and whiteboarding and not doing holds a lot of people back. You actually have to do. You have to actually produce results. So these, like I said, man, I'm feeling very optimistic. I'm on the right track. Again, I've been on the right track before multiple times, but that train crashes off the rails and just blows up like a nuke. And we're going to do our best to keep it on the rails for as long as I need to. But man, I really like going off the rails, though. I don't know. I'm in the like top 0.01% of people enjoying the self-destruction aspect. Like I love it. I'm a different person. I feel like I've been drunk so much in my life that it's like I literally have a second personality that's in there that's only activated with that fluid in me. And I love being that person. And it's a very different person. And I love it. I love it. I can't help it. So if I go to like South Korea, I'm going to have some sake with some cute Korean girls. I'm going to let myself make that mistake because like for me, that's part of life. I don't know. It's the Polak blood in me. It needs that kryptonite in it. I don't know. But right now we're staying focused. There's more important things. I'm wearing little accessories to remind me why I'm doing it. One's for me, one's for my family and friends. Just kind of reminding myself that there's a bigger thing here. Like I've told you this before. If you have the capability of doing something, if you have the capability of producing, other people haven't been exposed to certain variables, haven't been able to learn certain things, and are not going to do and create. So if I'm able to do this, and I'm able to therefore then later on help out a lot of people around me, change people's situations, that's going to be worth it. That's going to be bigger. It's not just a dream. It's just like creating the steps towards whatever goal you want and making it realistic. And you can set it high, but you have to have like a step-by-step plan, reverse engineer how to get there and do it. Everything's doable. People have done it. You can do it. I'm lucky as hell to be surrounded by like 5 of the best PLO players, period. Why, like, I can do this. I can do that. I have all the resources I need. I have the software. I have the databases. I have the hands. I have the ability to do it. I have like the best players analyzing what I'm doing. All I need to do is sit there and do and not waste time on bullshit. Like, I can flirt with girls later, man. Like, it only gets better for guys. We could be 41. We could be 52. We could still George Clooney. Right now, this is here. It's already a closing door. And if I can do this, I can do anything. So it's more important than anything else. That's why I'm not gonna go to some bar, even though I know it'd be a good time. I know drinking the sangria, listening to rock and roll, and flirting with a waitress is gonna be really fun and enjoyable. I have a great time doing it. I love it. But there's bigger things than that, and I know this will create more value for me and the people around me I want to make mom proud, man. Let's do it.
Amen. Amen to that. I feel like you're. I mean, it's good to say these things because it kind of reminds yourself as well too when you talk about these things and when you say it. It's like you say it because it helps you remember it. It helps you retain it. It's like a repetition sort of thing. You keep saying it, trying it. It's like the Bill Perkins 4 agreements, right? You always try to do your best.
Yeah, you guys. I read that a while ago, and I'm re-listening to it. I mean, be impeccable with your word, man.
Yeah.
And word is magic. Word is magic.
I agree, man. It's like even it's just trying to do what you want, what you set out to do, even if you're going to fail sometimes it's not going to go your way. You're going to be this or that.
Spirit.
But just kind of keep doing it the next day and don't yourself fall into that, trap or that, as you mentioned, a little out of line or something like that, where you go down, you go from 100, you go, 0, you're 100% on track, and all of a sudden you get off track, you're 0. Instead of being 30% or 50% back on, people just stay at 0 for a while. And then,
Yep.
And then madness happens. You end up in Colombia with some fucking girl grinding on you, kissing you, trying to get the green card grind, trying to go to USA, trying to get married.
Well, the couple, there's some angels out there. Shout out to the Colombians, but some of those strippers were sending weird voodoo messages. But I had to block 1 or 2 of them. But the lawyer girl was really awesome. Doctor girl, super cool. Amazon girl, awesome. Strippers were sending weird voodoo magic, man. I don't know. You got to be careful. Reply 3 times, or the guardian angel won't protect you, type of stuff.
Did I miss the strippers? Yeah. I kind of stopped tuning in because I was trying to be in line in life, but
there were a couple of cameos, man. There were a couple different ones.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm guys in the chat. I'm messing with the delay. Can you let me know if it's getting any better or getting worse? Let me know what's ahead.
I see you got the Run It Once hat equipped. Supporting
it's just nice. It just like feels good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's comfortable. It's black. I like black. You know what I mean? Like a black BLGG, black girl, black person grind, black thing grind, whatever. So
I remember those classic Joey pictures from back in the day in Chirac.
No, that was at a strip club in Miami, Poppy.
Oh, that was Miami?
Diamonds.
Okay. I remember, there was some picture of you like out in the street in the parking lot pimping.
That was King of Diamonds strip club in Miami.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's crazy, right? What do you got planned here coming up, man? Grinding, that's it? Meeting up with the boys? No Christmas? What's happening with Christmas?
Yeah. Oh, we're actually flying in 5 days to the States. I got stepbro from Japan's flying in, bringing the kids. And his wife's coming along. We got people coming in from Miami. We got mom, stepdad. We're gonna do a lot of eating. Probably gain 5 more pounds. See the dogs, man. The dog's getting old. Gray haired, cataracts. It's gonna be really sad when they start, inevitably going away. But it's just gonna be a nice time. And then I'm actually flying back to Montreal on the 28th, so I'll be here for New Year's. No plans though. No plans. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice Christmas. That's get back to work, stay focused, keep doing.
I like it, man.
And yeah, I'm gonna delay the return to Colombia. Like I said, there's a big festival end of March, and I might meet up with people for that. Or maybe if that is happening, we'll try to get as many people to make it happen as possible. A lot of big acts. The lineup's sick, but I also have a wedding in April in Poland, and I might be obligated to show up to that. So I don't exactly know, but I might just stay here and stay focused until then. Though I did say I don't want to be in Montreal in February because it gets like -30. That's a good reason to stay indoors and work too. So.
I don't know what happened here, man. You guys don't understand. I don't know what happened. Last time I talked to Adrian, he's going crazy. Now all of a sudden, the light is shined. I love it, man. I love it. All right, so where can people can follow along? How are they gonna follow along with things, man?
Well, always hit that follow on Twitch because I'll make random cameos that might be worth your while. But Twitter, I've been posting stuff on Twitter, Snapchat. They're both the same name. Random entertainment on Snapchat. Twitter is it's easy to message me anywhere really. I'll randomly throw things up on YouTube, just silly small stuff. Hopefully in the future, also, try to outdo Bird Video one day.
Oh yeah.
Escalator.
So let's talk about this. So
Okay.
I think we can create a viral video. You saw what I did with that Kate Hall
Yeah.
video, right? Like I feel like I am doing myself a disservice by staying in poker.
I told Doug the same thing. Like we talked about YouTube stuff before, and I told him, look, man, like even if you get to the ceiling of YouTube in poker, that ceiling's very low compared to what YouTube is. And I think that everybody here is intelligent enough to do it bigger outside of the poker realm, and you can still bring those people into poker as well and get what you want out of it. So I want to do music videos. I'm gonna record. I have the beats and hooks and choruses, and I want to just spend time making silly videos that I think have a potential to go viral. Try 10 of them, maybe one blows up, gets the other one more views too. I do want to build YouTube at some point a bit more thoroughly, but of course, I do want to focus at one thing at a time and do it well. So, though I do want to, as a hobby, still make that happen like soon, at least one or two. I think there is potential in YouTube still for sure. I mean, you can make things go viral. There is a formula to it, and I think it's doable for sure.
I think I'm gonna take 1 month very soon, and just dedicate, just make poker YouTube videos.
Hell yeah!
And
it's a fun time.
I don't know. But now we got Doug. Man, Doug's like
Doug crushes. Doug works really hard. It's fun. It motivates me to work harder too. So I like it.
I don't know. Good and bad. It's good and bad.
Oh, what's the bad?
Good and bad. Good and bad. I don't know, man. I'm not about like the view obsession. It's like this concept. It's all this like it's never about like enjoy what it is. It's more like let's always gain. Because most people that doing that stuff are all about the views, man. It's all about the subscribers. It's all about the numbers. It's not just like let me do something that I'm gonna have fun doing. It's like what's gonna get me the most this, most that, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like that situation, it's just you're not really making it. It's just like kind of, I don't know, maybe you just enjoy the challenge of it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not like it's fine. I find it interesting, but I think there's so many people I know that are so obsessed by the metrics on what they're doing, whether it's followers or views or all that type of stuff, that they get they get a little.
Well, to be fair to Doug, though, I do think he loves what he's doing as far as that goes. Like, he is putting some passion behind it, and I think he's enjoying doing it. I do think he tries to do everything optimally. So, like, if one thing works better than another thing, he's going to notice and make adjustments. But I do think he's really loving what he's doing. I think that's important. I think it's important to love what you're doing or don't bother, because there's a lot of ways to do successful things that you would enjoy doing and that play into your strengths. So forcing it and just like grinding something miserably and hating life when your life is extremely short, you won an extreme lottery to be here, and now you're doing something you hate doing. That's your fault. I mean, inevitably, I do think that like solely focused on. I mean, you saw Black Mirror. You remember like season 3, episode 1, where they were just doing it for the likes. Everything's for the likes and for the. Yeah, I agree with you. Of course, have fun while you're doing it, and people have fun as well if you do it right. You can have both. Some things work, some things don't. But yeah, be honest with yourself.
Interesting. Luke, I'm your father, says not about the numbers, it's about the hearts you touch and people you influence. Poppy, come on. I gotta be honest with you, Adrian. Sometimes, man, I read some of these comments. I can't believe some of these people are similar species. Sometimes, man, I can't believe where some of these comments come from. I gotta be honest with you, man. I do. The reading the comments on some of these on social media and some of this stuff is really like it questions. It makes me question humanity a lot of times. Just seeing.
You can't even go in there. I feel like if you go through, I mean, it's the most entertaining thing in the world is probably YouTube comments. If you just go through random videos, you see like the collection of people that spend their time interacting with each other in that realm. It's literally like the bottom of the barrel. But if you even go in there and you spend an hour a day reading that, I think it would negatively it would change you in a bad way.
A lot of things I've been reading talk about social media has subconsciously affects you and has an impact on you that you don't even realize, because if you spend all your time on Twitter, on Facebook, you take in so much of this. You've taken so much of the memes, you've taken a lot of negativity that's spread throughout, and whether or not it's kind of like your product and your environment. Your network is, your network is kind of what really influences you. And if your network is only these comments, social media, without even realizing it, that's going to have this big impact on the way that you think, the way that you approach things. And yeah, I mean, that's a big reason why me personally, I've been trying to cut out a lot of that stuff, use it more as just kind of for what I'm doing, and not necessarily browse through and take in all this, these like sort of zero types of information. And yeah, but a lot of people didn't realize that. Like, I never even realized that until I really started studying about it and learning new things. And one thing I read was, I was like, holy fuck. I mean, that I feel like that applies to me so much. But some of the time I spend in the comment section on some of the hip hop forums or on fucking Reddit. And yeah, I just kind of really just tried cutting that out. And the content I'm interacting with, I kind of wanted to uplift a little bit, or at least like inspire some sort of creative energy or some sort of something in my mind, man. But
no, that's a great point, actually. I mean, I remember reading research
memes,
that
whatever,
like
man.
Memes. I knew somebody was going to get on you. Internet's not letting that slide.
That's fine. I don't know. I'm not a professional fucking name pronunciator.
No, that's a great point, though. Like, your brain's only able to handle, I don't remember, it might have been like 40 different relations with people, like just based on like our tribal past. And if 38 of that is you being clogged by this input that's just random trash. We take this for granted, but I mean, there's people still out there that like hang out for 5 hours a day and play video games and get stoned, and that's like almost making it impossible for these people to succeed. Like, you hang out, with your friends chilling. That time that you spent on X video game could have been spent on mastering and learning literally anything that you get to choose. In today's day and age, you have access to information of any regard, no matter what it is. If somebody's done it, they have the blueprint out there for you to learn and follow, and you can do anything. So a lot of people, in their relations or whatever, I feel like even with their closest people, they're stuck in these one-to-one encounters that are not providing value for them. They're just stuck in like the daily minute like things that don't help them evolve, and they're kind of interacting at this level, and nobody's aiming upward and nobody's like actually climbing. And I think we take it for granted that we're, removing or don't even have some of those huge time wasters in our life anymore. But I think it is important for people to audit themselves and see where time is being wasted. Like 3 hours are being burned a day on average. Forget about TV. I forgot that people even do that. Like, there's people just still plopping down because they have low energy levels after work or whatever. And you got to fix that. You have time still, no matter what your situation is. If your energy state is low, there's ways for you to have more energy, whether it's healthy diet and exercise. Yeah, for the first 20 days or 30 days, it might suck. You might hate it, but inevitably you start feeling better. You start having more energy. A positive looping happens. It takes a little bit of willpower to start that trend, and you get there. You start moving. You start seeing results, and you keep focusing on those positive things. You spiral upward. Explosions, fireworks, then hopefully you don't just spend 3 months drinking and being an idiot and blow it all up over and over and over. But, you know what I mean? Like, you have options. You can't be, time is too valuable. Time is way too valuable to be punting it on stupid things that are not helping you improve. If you're surrounded, you are the sum of the closest 5 people around you in a lot of ways. If you're only influencers, you don't have any mentors, and you're just kind of hanging out with a peer group that nobody's really ambitious or nobody's really trying to do anything, then guess what? You're probably not going to do a whole lot either. You're going to be like getting positive. You're going to get this reinforcement that everything's okay. Like, I'm doing better than Steve. Steve ain't doing shit.
Steve,
I mean,
man.
Steve ain't doing shit. Steve's, so fuck Steve. Or Steve's going to do Steve. You deal with Steve once you get somewhere else. Or if you're really happy with what you are doing, I mean, I lived in Oklahoma for 5 years. There's people down there that were superstars, blackjack dealer. He's getting laid every other day. He's got a good life compared to a lot of other people over there. Who am I to say that, that's not one of his better alternatives? He loves it. I can't tell him otherwise. But if you think your situation's not ideal, you have the power to change it. You do have to take steps. If you don't know what those steps are, like, once again, even, BP says, people ask a lot of questions that they could just get answers to from Google. If you're still the kind of guy that's asking questions that you could have just Googled up, you're fucking up, man. You're fucking up. You're being an idiot. It's just, I don't know. You got me fired up here, man.
I've been trying to bring these out, and that's why I say when people ask questions in the chat, I say, hey, use your inner detective and go look this stuff up.
For real. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, maybe some of these people, they just want a response from you, the great Joe Ingram 1. They just want to get that reply. But there are like people need to be a little bit more self-assertive in figuring out the solution to whatever problem they might find, and they have to be more accountable to themselves if they want to make progress. And if you don't, like I said, we're all gonna be dead at some point. So if you ain't trying to do anything, then at least do that well. Enjoy yourself. Be the hedonist to the best of your capability. I agree with that part of it. And be grateful for what you got, man. Look at that. I got the gratitude rock here, man. Gratitude. Gratitude.
I like the degenerate us better.
It's so fun, dude. I love it, man.
I like the degenerate. I like our conversations more of our degenerate conversations.
I think this builds people up, though. I had people that quit drinking because of my stream when I was sobering up.
People don't want to get built up, man. People want to be fucking entertained. Don't you look at what they like? They like the dumbest shit.
They like my self-destruction.
They're not in it for gain. They're in it for entertainment. They don't want to think about these harsh realities of their own life. They choose not to think about and focus on because they realize the path to actually bettering some of those is probably, for them, they view it as impossible. Whereas when you understand that it's going to be hard, you kind of embrace that hard part of things. I mean, like people, they don't want to think about it, and I can understand that. It's just you don't want to be, you're not ready yet or whatever. It's just, it's hard, man. It's hard to change all of your habits. It's hard to change your mentality, how it's been for 17 years, 20 years, 24 years. It's hard when everybody around you is the exact same type of way that you are, and you want to be different or you want to change, but you don't have anybody around you. I think one guy specifically, I think about this, Adrian, was this one guy that just joined GTO Club. Shout out to Cam. And Cam, I met him, and when I met him, I was like, wow, this guy seems pretty has a good mind on his shoulder in terms of his mindset, but in terms of the people around him in his life, he's in his 30s. He's really never had a group of people around him in his life who were supportive, who when he talked to them, they actually brought him up. They gave him advice. They didn't just call him a fucking douchebag, asshole, you're fucking idiot, cocksucker. Whereas that's the kind of people he's been dealing with his entire life. But now he started interacting with the group. He's been interacting with other people in the group, and I feel like there's so many guys just like him that are brought down, like they don't necessarily want to be in that situation, but they don't. There's just that's just kind of what it is, right? That's people around you, and yeah, it's kind of eye opening to see. It's something I never really realized until I started dealing with him, and yeah, it's interesting.
Dude. I mean, that's an excellent point. And if you're surrounded by 4 dudes named Steve that aren't doing anything, and if you start trying to do something, some of those guys might get insecure. Like you're trying to get out of the circle here, man. You're trying to change it up. Like that's stupid. You're being more. Maybe if they're holding you back, you need to change the circle of people you're surrounded by, and you're better off being alone than being time wasted with these people that are holding you back. If somebody is trying to, people do get insecure about you trying to do things. And they'll try to drag you back down, man. And you can't allow yourself to be surrounded by those people. Life is too short to maintain negative EV relations, man. Like you'll find inspiring, positive people if you try. And I think that you're doing a great thing because you're basically creating like a mastermind or like a mentor program for people that get a lot out of it. I mean, inevitably, just being surrounded by people that are trying and doing will make you way more apt to try and do and to figure out how to do. If, like I said, if you're surrounded by people that are doing the opposite, the chance of you doing, just flipping out of that on your own magically is low. You have to snap out of it and realize, holy shit, my life's passing me by. I'm going to be dead in not that long of a time. Maybe, I won't be dead when I'm 70, but I'm not going to be able to put in the work I am now. Years are flying by. What have you done in the last 5 years? What progress have you made? You could have done a lot as an intelligent person, and in the first world, you have a lot of opportunity. I don't want to be preaching too much like I'm trying to do, but we're on the podcast right now, so I'm trying to share things that I found of value, and maybe somebody gets something out of it. Maybe it motivates somebody to do something.
We're having a conversation, bro. Fuck listen, you gotta worry about them, man. They out there. It is what it is, man. They out there, they're doing their own thing,
Even with my viewers, I tell people, if you got something else you should be doing right now, because inevitably, Twitch is a place where a lot of people are spending a lot of time wasting it watching other people play video games. That's the main premise. I understand that. I definitely spent way too much time on there in the past, wasting time. I loved it. It was cool. It's a interactive. It's different. It's like a fun version of TV, but it's still you being the spectator and not the doer, not the creator. And I think a lot of time should probably be spent not observing and in instead, spending time figuring out what it is you want and how to get to it. And that's way more fulfilling than being a spectator.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, if you're out there listening right now and you're saying, man, I need a network of people around me, you wait till GTO Club Phase 2, baby, gets around, because that's exactly what I'm building, man. That's exactly what I'm building, motherfuckers. We out. No, it's true, though. I get fired up, but that's exactly what I'm building. That's kind of what that is about is, people put those people together in something. We got the game. I just built the club game, Adrian, and club game is going to be lit. It's going to be lit, man. But, yeah.
Yeah, and I also, in the future, I'm focusing on improving myself and getting to the point where, I got my life like clockwork, and I get the goals done, the high ones that I'm achieved. So, setting now, I achieve them. I do want to reach, quite a bit of people and hopefully help them be more efficient.
Don't worry, Adrian. I know a way that you're going to reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know a way. Something we talked about back in June, I believe. We were in LA.
Man, I'm in. You know that.
And we talked about in LA out there. We had a lot of good ideas at LA at that bar. That back hole.
We did.
I know we really did. I know we really.
Still a couple. We still a couple. We got to make happen in the future. But dude, we're not going anywhere.
I know. We had a lot of good ideas during that little thing.
Hollywood, baby. Hollywood.
Got to be Hollywood. Hollywood brings it out, man. Being on Hollywood Boulevard, right, man. That brings out something there for sure.
I do miss drinking a little bit now that you just said all these things. I just kind of want to go out on have one of those nights again, but.
Yeah,
but not yet.
I mean, I guess the thing is, I guess it's the goal is to get it down to where you feel confident and you don't feel like you're trying to live this structure anymore. It's just sort of a natural thing that you can allow yourself to have fun for a period of time. Like, for instance, I went to New York and I went out 2 days, shout out to Empire Maker. We may or may not visited a gentleman's establishment one night till very late. And, maybe before that might have crippled me in terms of trying to get back on track. But the next day, flight, whatever, came up with some of the best ideas I've ever had on the flight. I recreated an airplane seat in my living room right now. Shout out to Air Force Poppy over there in the living room right now. But yeah, before that, something like that would have brought me down. But I think if you get to a point where it becomes more of your regular structure, you go out at night, man. You go out with some South Korean girl. Maybe you find the unicorn, aka the big girl grind of South Korea. And maybe you have a good night, but then you get back the next day, you wake up on track, you wake up, you have your diet, eat your food, you do your stretching, do some yoga, maybe play some chat. I don't know exactly what you're doing, Adrian, but, maybe in the future, once you get that sort of more in line, more established, that becomes an easier thing for you to do to allow that those fun Adrian Fenix type moments.
That sounds amazing. I hope that that's doable. For me, I like the fun so much that I tend to have it again and again. And maybe if I build my discipline to the point where I can say, okay, I had 2 days of fun, and now here come 2 months of grind, maybe that's doable. But man, I really like my fun, Joey.
The thing is, you can find the fun in this type of stuff.
Oh, I do. Believe me, I love it. But there's a different flavor of that self-explosion, self-destruction.
Why does that be self-destructive, though?
I just end up drinking too much, and then crazy things happen.
Right, but why? Why do you have to drink so much, though, you think?
I still have to figure that out.
Once you become better at
I think it's actually, you know what? There is an underlying addiction there, I think. The alcohol reminds me that there's levels to the alcohol. And I believe, I did some learning that alcohol in very high amounts mimics basically every other substance. It nukes your brain in the same way heroin, meth, just the whole rainbow of drugs is imitated by alcohol at very large quantities. And I think I've hit that large quantity a little too often, and my brain wants me to get there again when I start drinking. So inevitably, often when I'm drinking 1 or 2, it turns into infinite. And I've understood the addiction a little bit more, and it makes me a bit more aware. Because if I allow myself to go past a certain point, I just keep going.
Right.
We just go. It's dangerous, man. The alcohol is destroyed. If you look at the chart of damage drugs do and substances do, you got mushrooms at the very bottom. It's fun as hell and doesn't cause any harm. And then you got alcohol at just at the very top. It's the most destructive. It's terrible for you at high quantities. It's every organ suffers. It's really bad. So you got to be careful with it, man. It's one that's accepted by society, and it's also ruined tons of lives and families and it's been a huge problem for a lot of people, and it's certainly made me a lot less productive, and I probably could have been dead a lot of times, but I'm still here. I'm thankful for that, and we keep it moving.
Damn. Okay. Maybe you can't drink in small doses then.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm way better off avoiding it completely, but I have a really fun time when I don't.
You think you can ever have that same amount of fun not drinking?
Well, we're gonna try again in Korea or Colombia or whatever. So, good luck, me. Or maybe by then I'll just like put too much value in what I've been doing.
Right.
Maybe like it'll just really be anchored to the point where I can't let myself fuck up.
I think that's kind of hopefully what it gets to, right? Is that you get to a point where, you know, it's like, I feel like it's kind of like poker. You for me, you take shots, you fall back down. You take more shots, fall back down. You're like, wait, why do I just keep doing this to myself? I've worked so hard to establish this, and I just keep ruining this by doing this. And eventually, at some point in time, it just happens, and I don't know, something clicks, and you just realize how fucking dumb what you've been doing is, and how much it's hurting you. You've been punching yourself in the face essentially over and over and over again. It's like you work hard, you get up there, hit yourself in the fucking face, fall back down. You ruin months of hard work, of faithful work. You cheat for fucking one night, you just fall back down, that's it. And I think if you fall down enough times and you keep trying to actively figure out why, and keep learning and trying to get better at trying to understand yourself, be more self-aware, that you may be able, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about, you know, how addiction actually works. Alcohol addiction, obviously. There's some people that maybe, I don't know if it's been proven that, I don't know. It just seems like, I feel like myself that you can kind of get over anything if you really work at it. But, you know, maybe that's just not true. Maybe for some people they can't. And I don't know. It's obviously if it was that easy, you know, everyone would be doing it, everyone would be getting over it. Everyone would be teaching it, but like I said, you go back to the habits. It's really hard to reverse these bad habits of your life. You've been doing something. If you've been thinking one way for 35 years, and you've had these habits for the last 14 years, well, like 3 months, you know, that's not going to work. It's going to take months to get over it, and you got to be mentally strong. You got to be willing to put the work in. You got to be willing to believe that what you're doing is going to pay off. And I think a lot of people lack belief. I mean, I know a lot of people lack belief because they haven't really done nothing. They don't feel like they've done nothing. They've done things, but they don't feel like they've really done something because they compare themselves to fucking Steve, who Steve's, you know, doing video blogs on YouTube, has 10,000 people watching him, and they're like, man, look at Steve, man, Steve's doing hot. What am I doing? I'm not doing nothing. I'm watching fucking Steve on his video blog. You know, I don't think I can do anything. When really, that's not true. A lot of people have done something. You've done great at one thing. You can channel that. You know, that type of approach you've taken with that one thing and apply it to something else, you're probably going to have success at that too. But people are so blinded by Steve's success, walking around with a fucking camera in his face, showing himself eating from some barbecue or something like that. Like they you know what I mean? They just like, it lets them get to them. They can't believe Steve's doing this. But it's like, fuck Steve, man. You know, worry about yourself. Because like, you ain't going to deal with, I mean, I don't know, whatever, man. I love Bill Perkins, man. Shout out to Bill Perkins.
Shout out to Bill,
man. First podcast changed my life with Perkins, man. I'm telling you.
I loved it. It was really good. It was really good.
All of a sudden, I'm like,
guess what? Like you're interacting with people that are thinking like he is. You're acquiring that knowledge when he's willing to share it. That's worth it. That's worth infinite to you. That's what I mean. Surrounding yourself by people in that mind state versus Steve. We're really picking on Steve here, man. There's somebody in the chat like, for fuck's sake, use a different name. But no, you know, I like saying Steve. It's a fun name. And more Bill Perkins in your life. More Bill Perkinses, more people like him. That mind state, it affects you. It has logical sense. You hear it. It enlightens you. It brings you up. It kills away some of that darkness in your life. It's good to have that, man. I think you're doing God's work, bringing that to the people. So I'm excited about it, man.
Fucking Steve, man. My guy Steve. We got a legend in the chat, guys. Hold on a second. How have I not made up my own version of a blessing? Honestly, the blessing is the most amazing thing. Adrian, you ready to give this guy the sword? He's a legend, a Vancouver legend.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Legend.
A Korean legend.
He was present when we took that infamous photo of you waving the money out in your hands.
Waving the money out of my hand?
That picture of you in the red jacket. We're at Super Bowl party, I think it was, and you had the money out in your hands.
Wait. Are you talking about John the Main? John the motherfucking Main! That's one of my favorite people, period. Yo, shout out to John the Main. God bless. I hope you're doing amazing. We saw each other recently. He came out to Montreal, played some tournaments out here for the WPT. Much love to John the Main, Scott, Rick, the Vancouver crew. Much love to those guys. They made my stay in Vancouver a lot better, man. So may the blade guide them to where they need to go, where they need to go. May they get everything they need and more, including everybody that's watching right now. I hope you guys start doing what you need to do. If you know you're doing something wrong, start figuring out why. And I don't have everything figured out perfectly. I'm not trying to be arrogant like I do. I'm trying to learn and improve, man. Joey's learning and improving. Yep. We're getting better and better. Inevitably, you keep doing that, you might get somewhere. So that's it, man. I'm giving you the blade of balance right now. Don't misuse the blessing, man. Don't misuse the blessing.
What if I did, Adrian? What if I did the hand sanitizer of guy? Oh, Dreamwalker in the chat. Dreamwalker, I pour this hand sanitizer on my hands. I give to you a sanitizing of your body, of your soul. I wish you sanitization of your mind, of the evil in you. I hope that evil's on. I don't fucking know, man.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you. It'll come to you. You got the poppy thing. You've created a lot. You're gonna find something that you feel good about at some point. I mean,
what if it's with a blade?
Well, if you want to use a blade, go ahead. I'm not copywriting the thing, gun? But I've kind of been using a gun too lately. I have a triple barrel gun.
Huh?
But I'll show you later.
Where's it at?
I have this like antique pistol. It's downstairs.
Why wouldn't you have an antique pistol in your house?
It's got like elephant tusk handle. I brought it on the stream once. I don't know if that's allowed or not, but I mean, it's not shooting anybody. Yeah. Anyway, it's got 3 barrels on it, so it's the triple barrel. So whatever we were triple barreling, the point was to pull the triple
fucking gun. Are you kidding me?
It's an antique replica, dude. You'd have to mod it to make it work.
When you pull out a fucking gun, you point at the camera.
It's an
antique you shoot him.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes you gotta shoot them, man. What do you mean? Sometimes they get out of line. You gotta hit them with the triple barrel.
And then you pull out the fucking gun and you shoot them like an actual gun. You point the gun at the camera.
It's an antique replica. I gotta go get the thing to make this. Should I go bring it?
Let's get the gun. I'll give some shout outs. Go ahead. All right, guys. Give some shout outs. Who we got out there? Scott F. Being weird today in the chat. What's up? Ryan, Bono, Golf. Dreamwalker be sending me some fucking crazy emails at my GTO Club email. What up, puppy? Robert Leeson. What up? My buddy Luke. What up, Luke? Charisma 91. Marco Alin Coramosa Caramona Cita. Rodriguez Daniel, what's up, puppy? Mr. Osmosis Colamosa. Who else we got? Brysick 22. I'm 26 days weed free. Get some. What I like to see, I think. Mikel HV 1DD. What if you get wrecked by that big Korean girl? Oh shit, man. What a way to go out, honestly. Okay, he's back.
Hey. So This is the gun I was talking about. It's got 3 barrels on it, so it's a nice piece.
Is that loaded?
No. I mean, like I said, you'd have to make some serious modifications to the thing for it to.
Calm down, pal. You know accidents happen. You play with fucking guns, man.
This can't. You trolling me, man.
Wait, I think I am. You think I'm trolling you? You can't shoot me through the fucking screen right now?
I can't shoot anybody with this gun. It's heavy though. You could get some slap action in there, but.
You been paying attention to Poker World, Poppy?
Oh man, I think Kate Hall's pretty cute. I hope she wins. She really riles the people up. I mean, what else happens in the poker world, man? Shout out to Montreal winning the GPL. Shout out to Jason Lovely. What poker world? What? The rake changes for PLO.
I don't know.
That Negreanu was going to happen. What else we got here?
Joey, can you guys talk about the problem for most of us, which is how to play on Poker Stars while living in the USA? What?
Is that the problem for most of y'all?
What are you talking? Is that a problem?
That's the problem?
Don't do that? Is that what you're saying, Chris? Against TOS? What are you trying to say, Chris? I don't know. Can you refine the question, please? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. I don't get it. I don't get what he's saying.
I mean, you guys get to play with Russians on ACR. That's not good enough for you?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Chris. Clarify that statement, please. You seen me and Doug's Table Talk thing?
Well, yeah, I retweeted it both times, man. I'm a loyal supporter. I like that you're doing. Like, we did a couple episodes of stuff before.
And then you went like crazy.
No, but like Doug's way more about that stuff, and it's like better for you. Obviously, you guys are merging audience and whatnot. Like I'm happy about that. I think it's good for everybody. And inevitably, I do plan on, like, I mean, we just talked about, I think there's bigger realms on YouTube than poker by a lot. So I want to mess with those a bit. You know, I want to scale up a bit with stuff like that. It's not going to be through poker. I'm just posting random stuff on there for my, poker people. They enjoy it. If a couple hundred people like it, cool.
Are you gonna make up a song? Do you want to make up a song?
Well, I'm making some songs.
I know you made a cool song for the podcast that you never sent the second copy for. But are you like gonna parody songs, or what's it gonna look like exactly?
Oh, we'll see. That's yet to be determined.
I'm trying to get up on the producing of the videos, man.
You want to produce some videos?
I love making videos. They're so fun.
We'll probably end up making a video at some point together. We almost made
that video in the summer at the Rio pool with the 2 Latinas.
Oh yeah, and that never happened. Nobody woke up on time for that. That would have been sick. For sure. That would have worked.
I'd definitely been sick.
We're gonna do things, dude. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna do things.
Going's going. You go somewhere, right? You walk the line, You can't be GTO until you climb up the rock.
Is this going in the book? Is this going to be part of the book?
I don't know. Chris Martin says, I'm confused how Joey plays on PokerStars. I'm confused by how I play on PokerStars too. I live in the United States, Chris. To my knowledge, that's not allowed. It's against terms of service, Chris. I'm confused why you've never commented in the chat. Now you come in the chat. Confused why you're here. I'm confused why you're wasting your time in here in this stream right now, Chris. I'm confused by a lot of things by you, my friend. I'm confused. Yeah, Table Talk. I don't know. It might be happening. It might not. We'll see. Might be done.
Nah, it's got to keep going.
Might be done.
Nah.
Yeah.
Believe why?
Not as easy as not as popular as poker. The other stuff Doug's doing.
I would think you guys are gonna keep going, but
maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I have faith. I don't know. It'll be good.
I'm not sure.
People love it. The people love it. The people love it.
Not enough people love it, Poppy. Not enough people love it for certain people.
You're getting cut? Are you getting cut, man?
Love it. Not enough people love it, man. It's not as popular.
Is that really? Nah.
Well, it takes no, we were talking about the other day. It takes a lot of time to prep, and the thing is, I think some of the comments talk about how like we don't understand some of the topics, or we're not like experts. And the thing is, like, we're literally not. We don't even know like some of these topics. Like I could read it for about an hour and like I don't know anything about it.
Well, like that's the one guy about him saying that. Come on, man.
That matters. I mean, that matters to people. It matters to certain people.
You know what matters to people is you and Doug doing stuff. Period, and putting it out there. People love it. You're gonna get way more. You're gonna get 97 or 98% like on everything you do. And most people like it and don't even click the button. Like, people love it. People love it. It's still gaining for both of you, and it seems silly. It seems silly to look at it that way.
I mean, I definitely get kind of the idea behind it, the thought behind it. I see where it's coming from. I mean, it's much easier to do a poker hands video. It takes 15 minutes and it gets 60,000 views forever. It keeps getting views.
There's value though. There's value in collaborating for sure, and that's understood, I think, by everybody.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's gonna be fine no matter what, man. He's gonna be okay. He's putting out like a video a day. I think he's gonna be as popular as he wants to be when it comes to that stuff. So, like I feel like the show is more of something that's good for. It's like good for poker. That's what I always told you. I feel like a show like that's really good for poker because it engages a certain poker audience. I don't think it would be as popular mainstream initially, but I think it's something that has potential down the road to really catch on. But I think his side is just more like he's working hard. Obviously, puts a lot of hours into with Upswing and with the YouTube stuff, and you can spend 20 minutes on something that's going to be viewed like this forever compared to 7 hours on something that.
Well, I think you could probably get more efficient than that amount of time with it still, right? Like you could probably have somebody else scouting topics. I mean, I don't know what the process is right now, but I'm guessing it can be cut down quite a lot.
We've been kind of brainstorming, thinking about some ways to do that too. But
Mhm.
either way, it's like you got to know about the topics, and I think that Doug wants to be, he's obviously like knowledgeable about a lot of things. Doesn't want to come off as unknowledgeable about these specific topics that now people are
Yeah.
saying like, oh, you guys aren't preparing. They're like saying these comments, and I mean, I can deal with them. Should get better over time, but I can definitely understand. I mean, still, like it's you don't always want to see comments like that, but
Fair.
I can understand. Like, we don't want to read about the fucking attorney generals writing a fucking letter to Pence. Like,
Yeah, we all got things to do, man.
that and then trying to figure out exactly and talk about it in a coherent, intelligent manner, sort
That's
of thing.
true.
So it's kind of
That's
like
true.
you
I
always
mean,
have
yeah.
to, you know what I mean? So it's especially
Both of you are focused on different things as well. Like you don't want to take away too much from your primary objectives.
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I just think it's like something that's really important for poker, personally. Like
okay.
I've kind of always taken that stance with everything I've done. I try to really deliver high quality content in terms of just what I'm doing. I've never been obsessed with I never even cared honestly about anything else, the views or any of that stuff like that. I've never cared about that. I always care about just delivering something poker related that's high level, that great players who are similar in terms of how I've approached poker, something for them to really enjoy content wise. But that content isn't always the biggest mainstream because obviously most of the poker audience, like they don't necessarily care about a lot of this stuff. They're interested in it. They're interested in the hands. They're interested in the big pots. They're interested in the famous players they see on television. And that type of stuff is just going to be overall much more popular than something where you're talking about the fucking attorney generals or Alex Dreyfus, who, like maybe people on Twitter and 2+2 know, but outside of that, no one knows what fucking GPL is. No one knows all this other stuff. And I think the people kind of we're talking about is, people that like the show, love the show. It's just that in terms of being efficient with your time, I think for Doug, I definitely, it makes sense, man. I mean, I can't even disagree with a lot of that stuff too. So it's something that I'm trying to think about, how can we, what can be done, what can be done on my end? Like what can I personally do to make sure that, I feel like it's just an important thing for poker. And then it's,
Well, you've built no matter what. I mean, no matter what, you don't need anybody to reach a lot of people. And if you feel that you want to put input out there on a couple topics, you can always create random segments yourself and do that no matter what. Like that's not being stopped by anything, The collaboration thing is cool because I think both of you are reaching at least some difference in demographics, and it's cool that they're basically intermingling. It's good for, I think, both of you. Obviously, if it's too big of a time sink,
I
it's
don't
not, the
necessarily
EV is
know
not
if it's
there.
like the best way for, I think it's good in like, it's good in certain ways, but it's not good in like other ways, like what the main goal is. Like I think with him, he's trying, he wants to become, have a really big audience, which I think is pretty like, definitely going to get there. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of like getting there the most efficiently. I mean, that's why he's got to become one of the best players in the world, man. You got to be fucking efficient. Like me and you, we're not very efficient in a lot of ways. We're trying to learn that efficiency, and sometimes we want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say fuck the efficiency. Sometimes we say.
But we're gonna get there. No, if we perseverance, the efficiencies. I've gotten a lot more efficient than I was in the past, and it's only getting better. And like sticking to it's only gonna keep improving it. And inevitably, if I keep eliminating the downtime and the negatives, you're left with the positives, and they keep improving. I don't know if you think that there's an inefficiency with this segment. You're also capable of figuring out what could make it better or how you could approach doing a better segment. You'll figure it out if you want to do that. If you think it's important for poker and that's worth it to you, clearly it's an open-ended thing. You have a lot of freedom in the YouTube realm. You're able to create any segment you like that might be even more engaging to the audience. I don't know how yet, but it's doable. It is doable.
No, for sure. I'll probably think about it a little bit. I don't know if I don't know. I kind of like doing it with Doug just because we have a pretty good rapport doing it. I think it's just fucking entertaining. Like there's not many other
people love it, man. People love it.
There's not many
man.
other people that I talk with that it can be like a comical sort of thing who's also smart too. So it's like yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. See what happens. What is he said? Joe, he's gotten so no. I mean that's not. I don't think that's what it is. Hope people aren't misunderstanding kind of what I'm saying. I'm just we were just talking about the other day, and yeah, I don't know. I definitely kind of makes sense. I mean, it's like I wish stuff like that was more popular, but it's just not like, because it's just not what poker's about the game, really. It's not about the news, and even kind of the news not very fucking exciting. It's not like this riveting.
Not a lot happens.
Yeah, it's not like this like riveting thing. Even the Mike Dentale Kate Hall thing is just happening on Twitter. Like no one outside that gives a fuck. Like no one in the USA like really knows who these people are. They don't really care. Like they don't, like they want to fucking play poker. They want to see these famous people that they know play hands. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like going through something like this in DFS too, where DFS has always geared content towards. They've always geared it towards the game. They haven't geared it towards the players. So the players actually get no exposure at all. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you build up these people as players so that way that people become fans? But their side is that, people don't give a fuck about the players. They just care about the action, the games. But when you go to like a finals in the DraftKings finals, the 40-40 club, it's like they don't highlight any of the big name players that are there. They only highlight the the action, the games. It's just the companies kind of don't do. I don't know. It's interesting being in that world, the daily fantasy sports world.
I feel like esports has done a lot better job of that, in that they do build up their players and they see the value of it. It's like it's a huge promotion of their own product by having these entities that are popular within the realm and interact with the realm, building that up for you. And even I was reading a report that a lot of like League of Legends is the biggest video game by a ton, and it's printing money for its maker. A lot of the teams aren't even profitable. They're just basically making money for League of Legends at the top. The pyramid keeps eating, and some of the players are doing pretty well for themselves. Some of those streamers and players have made 7 figures, multiple times over, and have done really well for themselves, and they got sponsors, and they're living a good life doing this, doing what they love, challenging themselves. And they're pretty complicated, hard games to master. But I think that game's done a good job of creating events and building up the players' profiles and additional things around it. And it makes it way more immersive, makes it way more like, I want to be like that guy, and not like this statistical spreadsheet like maze where nobody knows. Like it's just a lot different. Yeah. But maybe it's harder for DFS to actually do that, because the reality of like how the top DFS grinders are operating isn't exactly one that's easy to mirror. With the scripts and the additional, it's actually a little psychotic. So maybe that's not an easy to access thing. You know what I mean? It's not an easy to replicate. Even in poker, it's a bit different, because you're improving, you're getting rewarded for the improvement, and there is like a structured progression. But I don't know, DFS might be a tougher one. But you still have like people that are known, like the Max Deluries and stuff, only in the DFS realm, but they could do a better job of building some of those people up, right?
I think so. Just from being in the space, talking with some people who work for certain companies, talking with the people at the big daily fantasy sports sites themselves, I definitely feel like, I don't know. Obviously they're doing well, so it's not like they're not doing well, but it's just from my perspective, like kind of where I'm coming from with things, it seems.
Well, you could be a director of like you could be in charge of that. It sounds like you see some change that could be made. You found a problem that you can solve, and it seems like this problem is going to make somebody a lot of money if it's solved. It seems like you could actually get in there, and you could be the director of managing these celebrities, man. You could be the marketing
rep. Poker, man.
Poker. But don't close yourself off. Because DFS has a lot of people that already like to gamble that you could bring into poker. That you could be the merger. You could join these realms together. There's something there.
Maybe. That's why I go to an event like I went to this weekend, and we're gonna do a live show from the 40-40 Club, but Wi-Fi was not good enough, so we did some periscoping. I shot a bunch of video on my camera, but yeah, it didn't quite go as planned. It was kind of a last-minute plan. Roto Grinders asked me if I wanted to go, and I said sure. It'd be fun. Got a good chance to see a lot of my friends over there, and a lot of the other best player guys and stuff like that. So a lot of podcast guests. So it
seems like you have a fun time doing it. It seems like you like it. You're compelled to keep doing it. So
it's called GTO, Adrian. That's what it's called, my friend. That's got a lot of potential, man. Okay. 10 years from now, if it's regulated in the United States, it's gonna be one of the most popular things in America.
Woo! Woo! DFS before poker? Is that going to happen?
It's already happening. It's already happening among states. There's certain states that don't allow it, but there's a lot of states that have it legalized.
But we got poker in some states too, right? They're trying to go back on that. They're trying to go back on that with the Sheldon Adelson money flowing in.
Everything I've been researching literally is nothing good. I don't think I read one thing positive. The most positive thing is stuff like, maybe the tribes in California will think about it.
Well, you know what? I think France, Italy, and Spain might merge. I can get a Polish passport. I'm going to be living in Barcelona, and where I'm going to play against Italians and French people if that happens. Because, man, those were some of the best recreational players in the world from those countries before they got pulled away. So that'd be a bit of a heaven on earth for poker players. If you want to live in Europe for a while, it might be worth your while.
Yeah, I'm probably done with the hardcore poker grind forever. I don't think I'm ever going back to it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll probably play.
If you feel you got what you wanted out of it, I'm not done yet, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll still play some mid-stakes, high-stakes PLO over time, but I don't know, man. This other stuff's so much fun. I'd rather just make videos and like make funny videos and do that than be like this hardcore poker player anymore, because I mean, I know what it takes to make it at the highest levels, and it takes a lot of work on a consistent basis. It takes immersing your mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the obsession to become great at poker. You always think about it. You always on your mind. You're talking about it constantly. You don't want to let anything else into your brain because you're so focused on maintaining a high level and becoming one of the best players that it's really tough. I mean, if you want to be a mid-stake, sure. But you want to become one to play high stakes, battle, and go through the swings, deal with the variance. You know, it's not easy to have both of that balance. That's why a lot of players you see they get out of poker completely, because once they start getting into other things, they realize, oh wait, the reason why I'm so successful is that because I've been immersed myself in this and I've been able to focus all my energy onto it. But you know, when you don't do that, you have variance, you go through swings, you're losing money. You're like, fuck this, I'm done.
Can't half-ass it. You can't half-ass it. That's for sure.
I think that's what's happened with a lot of poker players in the past when you talk to. I mean, obviously now that the opportunities aren't as high and aren't as abundant. I mean, I like your approach with it though, because there are still opportunities there. You know, a lot of people are complaining that there's nothing there, but the thing is, there is fucking there. It's possible to make it still at poker.
It's still
right. It's still very possible. Yeah. If someone says it's not possible, rake's too high, whatever. I mean, like, if you got to ask those questions, you're not going to make it in the first place, man. You can't think like that.
I do. Somebody was posting that Bruno Mars was a poker player before he was, celebrity Bruno Mars, and he was playing in LA games. I think you could train. Look, people grind jobs for 10 an hour and stuff in the real world. I think you could train a non-human animal to make $30 an hour in LA poker games for the next decade. I think it's doable. I think a non-human could make $30 an hour, like a crow or a monkey or maybe some of the smarter dogs could beat LA poker games for 30 an hour. Like, I mean, it's 30 an hour is a lot for some people. I think you could do that in poker with way less study time than most other things. And the ceiling is certainly still high in certain realms like that. LA is, one of the better ones, I think, because there's an abundance of both casino and private games. But I think, like, you can make 100 an hour in LA and it's not going to go away for a while. You know what I mean? 100 an hour is still a lot of money for most people. And the ceiling's still there for even higher. So, like, at the end of the day, it depends what you want out of it. If it's just money and your situation's bad, it can change your life. If you're in Bangladesh, I always say this, but, like, the hourly rate in Bangladesh is, like, less than $1. It's like pennies. If you're in Bangladesh, making $20 an hour online, you'd be the biggest baller in Bangladesh. You got a convertible, you got the boom box, you got the honeys, man. You got whatever you want. So for some Ukraine right now, the average monthly salary is less than $200. You kidding me? $200. Online poker is still helping a lot of Ukrainians out. All right, like, depends on your situation. It's all relative. Obviously, making $100 online now, they used to just give it out. Now you got to work really, really, really hard. But it's still there. It's still there. Despite the bots and the colluding 12 card players and whatever other scum, with the immediate tool assistance, whether it's in sit and goes or cash games, the rake being 2,700 BBs, whatever it may be, people are still doing well in 2016, and it's still going to be the case in 2017. Stars taking an extra 2%, what little scumbags, man. It was 30% for the Supernova after gutting, the people that were making 65%. Now it's going to be 28%. They had to shave off another 2%, just put it in that pocket. Whatever, who cares? Adapt. If it's not good enough for you, do something else. There's still other sites with games that, are good at times, and multi-siting can make you a lot of money. People are still doing that. I got people that still play heads up and make a lot of money a month just playing every site, sitting all over the place. There's ways of doing it. Poker is still, it's not for everybody. If you hate doing it, you're not going to be passionate enough to learn it to the point and continue learning it to the point. I've been studying the goddamn game for 12 years. I used to have extremely high win rates, but I was lazy with my volume and whatnot, and I took years off. I had blonde girls in my life. I wasted a lot of time. It's a lot harder now. But if you love it and you want to do it, it's still doable. I do have the passion for it. I fucking love it, man. I love playing the game. I'm tap dancing every day. I don't care if I lose. It's okay. It's building good habits, and it's still worth doing for me. But if you hate doing it and you're miserable doing it, you're not going to put the work in to do it correctly. If you're trying to do it as a half-ass hobby, don't expect it to lead to big things because it's impossible. Other people are working a lot harder. The guy in Ukraine for whom $500 a month is life-changing is going to work a lot harder than you, who's spoiled and not willing to even put in the extra couple hours of not watching House of Cards or whatever other show. I haven't watched any of that. I haven't even watched Game of Thrones. Like, I watched season 1 and 2. I'm behind on some things I actually enjoyed, though Black Mirror was awesome and it's worth it. It's short. That was a good show. God damn. Woo! That was an amazing show. Black Mirror is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Some of the episodes in that were mind-blowing. Wow. So I respect that they put in the effort, but man, anyway, that's my rant on poker. It's the same as always. Stay focused, stay consistent. I'm gonna do my best to do that. I don't want to just be all talk. I'm not gonna get drunk. I'm not drinking. I'm not getting high. I'm staying focused, working. I'm not gonna let some girl take 30% of my brain anytime soon. I can't afford that. I can't afford that.
I think I hit the mark on my camera. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Okay.
Amen.
Wait, you just froze up on my end.
I had to turn it down. All right, so now I know where the mark is. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes. Let me put my other camera on. Yeah, I was testing out. This is a first time thing.
Is it still up for people?
No, the camera died. I'm trying to see where it's at because it has like a certain battery life, and I have to get something else for it.
Okay.
So I wanted to see exactly what that point was where it just dies. And
so they see me right now, but you're your little icon.
They see you on here. Yeah, they see you on here. So now.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna give him the triple barrel blessing, man. Sometimes you just gotta hit those nits with the triple barrel. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope I'm not wasting your time too much here.
Let me try to put this back on and see what happens. Oh well, give a couple blessings. Let me go plug this camera in.
I don't have the chat open.
Oh my god, you don't have the chat open?
I have you staring at the phone stuck, but anybody watching right now, much love to you. I know we got some loyal people in there.
Definitely got some loyal people, man. So you gonna be on Twitch all this month? Can people check you out on there at all? Anytime?
Well, I don't know. I did a random cameo a couple days ago. I probably won't be on again for a while. I might pop in for the holidays just to say hi, but I won't be on there much in the coming couple months, probably, honestly.
No.
We'll see. I'll mix it in. I say that, but I always show up and say hi. Do a couple of streams.
We'll take a couple questions.
Gotta do it. Okay.
All right, I'm glad I know the point tomorrow during the podcast with Lucky Chewy.
Good luck to Lucky Chewy, by the way, with the poker site.
I know, right?
He just bounced out of nowhere, showing Galfond up like, yo, I'm gonna just let it go.
Yeah, he definitely announced it out of nowhere for sure. It'll be very interesting. Interesting to see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but bang, we're back. Look at this, man. This way. Those mirrors up here.
I definitely don't see you on the thing yet.
But they'll be able to see it.
That's good enough. All right.
Give him the fucking blade. Down. Put it over. If you don't look too bad. This up.
Oh, kind of. It was better when we had like the dialogue thing going. I could see you, but whatever.
Now you can't see me. Let's take a couple questions from.
If you turn your.
What's up?
Go ahead. If you turn the cam thing on and off in Skype, it wouldn't fix it. If you set it to that camera.
I don't think you can do two in here. I was using this thing called Sparko Cam.
Okay.
So I'd have to. Yeah. Let's take a couple questions from Adrian here. Go ahead. Give me some questions from the chat, guys. I've seen you on Pornhub. Ellie says, I hope it was me. Can you show me? I want to see myself on Pornhub for sure. Definitely, I want to see that. No doubt about it.
Okay.
Well, now you look different. Oh, it's because my camera's up so high. I'm like, why am I so... Here we go. Now I'm up higher. All right. Perfect. Now we're up. You can't see me, Poppy, huh?
Nah, no, this is awkward. I just got you staring at your dream phone right now.
I can't even show you the screen either. I can't even show you the screen either. Brandon Daniel says, Adrian, how do you audit your time life? How would you suggest we do it?
I honestly have a journal and just write it out. Like, it doesn't take long. Post session, you can write down. One of the most productive things I've learned for just poker is you have a spreadsheet with 4 columns, and I've said this before, so somebody's heard it before. But you write in first column your date, time, length of session. Second column your mental game. Third column technical game, and fourth column is just notes. One thing you're not paying attention to really there is results. You're more focused on improvement. You're focused on not being as reactive to various situations that come up, whether it be variance or whatever else. So you're trying to make your mental game as close to a 10 for you as possible. And you're also gauging your technical game. By doing this for like 2 weeks, you're basically reprogramming yourself to only care about keeping your technical and mental game up, close to a 10. And you're writing the notes which tell you, what was bringing you to the point of, why was it lower this time? You were sleepy, you were groggy, you drank too much coffee, you were hungover, you ate a big meal, whatever it was. You're paying attention to your patterns, you're seeing your progress, and you're focused on the process and improvement and not the results, because the variance is high. You can't look at that as a gauge. And you can do the same thing in life. You can mark down the progress you've made in other areas. You can mark down like what's progress in that realm and are you achieving it. You have to look at small windows of time. Like you set out, like what Peter Drucker, one of the most efficient managers of all time, and executives, said, you have to audit yourself. You have to set goals for 3 months and for 18 months. And, where do you expect to be? And then you have to look back and see where you actually were. And you have to audit yourself in that regard, as far as where you thought you were going to be and what you actually did. Because a lot of the time you thought you were going to get to X, but you were nowhere near it. And then you see what could have caused that. Was it a realistic goal to begin with? How could you adapt it to get more accurate? And then you set it again and repeat and keep track of your progress. Write it down. Keep a journal. It's very simple. It can take you 5 minutes. It also gets it out of your head, so it's not swirling in there and taking out. You get it out there, you put it out there, and then you're done with
Boys. I think Adrian got shut down. And my audio went out. That was really weird. Oh well, we're live, guys. Sometimes things happen live. Let me give some shout outs. Who we got? Monster TV channel. Ming, what's up, Ming? What's happening, man? What's happening? Montes. What's up? Technical difficulties today, guys. We're trying to work out some kinks here. I'm trying to work out some things with my new setup here, my new camera. I'm trying to figure out how long my camera has before the battery dies. Looks like we got an hour and 50 minutes. I'll be able to know that for future episodes. And I think we're going to get Adrian back here. He says he's typing. We'll see. He said, chilling in 1 minute, man. Chilling in 1 minute. Brandon says, it's the alcohol industry striking back and DDoSing the stream. That certainly might have been what happened. I could certainly see that potentially happening. Definitely, man. Professor Aki says, shout out your boy, please. Oh. Look at this. Bam, we zoomed in. This is great. I love this new thing, man. All right, Adrian's back. Let's see.
Oh, back, I hope?
Poppy, you back?
Yeah, it should be.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
Well, I don't know what actually caused that, but yeah, I'm good.
You're back. You're back in here.
Yeah, cool.
You're back. What's up? Welcome back.
What's good? I think I got that answer through, but we crashed at some point, so...
Yeah, it was weird.
I've never had that happen, actually. It's weird.
It was very weird. I got scared. And my mic stopped working, too. It was very random.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's really strange.
Were you reading that answer off like a cue card or something? Where were you getting that answer
No, that was in my head, man.
You were like looking down. You thought you were like in some sort of stream.
I'm recalling. Yeah. It's something I've talked about before, so like I've definitely given that answer before, but I do think it's pretty productive tactic.
Hmm.
I don't know if my whole Peter Drucker rant got in there, but I hope so.
Hmm. Let's take one more question, guys. I'm trying to keep this about 2 hours so I can go get some other stuff done for the day. I gotta be very productive today. I got a lot of things I gotta do. One more question we'll take. Shout out to Ming. Ming, by the way, Ming's in the chat. Give Ming a big shout out.
Hey, what up, Ming? What's good? How you doing, man? Hope all's
Ming,
amazing.
I love him. Ming.
Hey.
Hey.
What up, man? What up, man?
Hey. Connor, last question. Adrian, what has kept you so interested in poker? Someone as analytical as you must think about many different career paths to take.
You know what? I think because I've tried a lot of different things in the past, and I pick them up for a couple months and I drop them, and it's not that fascinating. The cool thing about poker was always it really fit my personality type, and it had a never-ending learning to it, and I kept getting rewarded for that learning. It's a very just game in that the work you put in, the learning you do, the thought process you hone, it rewards you, and you see the improvement, and it's tangible. And regardless of variance, that never-ending learning for me was always fascinating. Like I loved that aspect of it. Like there was always more. I could like learn something, I could gain something, and I could do it better than the other people. It was I always enjoyed. Also, I mean, I love Diablo 2. It was like stacking people in hardcore Diablo 2, man. You just clip them, and it was like a video game that gave me a rush. It still does. Like it's exciting to me. It's fresh. The situations are always different. The complexity is high. I love playing PLO. I did love No Limit, but man, PLO's a sexier babe, and that's where we're at. So I don't know. It's the never-ending learning aspect of it. I think kept me hooked, and it still does.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Guys, that's it. We're wrapping it up. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the questions. You want to check out Adrian? He's on Twitter, Adrian Phoenix. Twitch, Adrian Phoenix.
Yep. Snapchat.
Adrian Phoenix.
Instagram, YouTube, get same name everywhere you get in
Instagram, Adrian Phoenix.
If you liked it, click a follow somewhere, man. You gotta be everywhere.
Make sure that you guys like this video. They tell me this shit helps somehow, so I'm supposed to fucking. My coach said I gotta ask people.
Help us out, guys. Think about how lazy you have to be to not click that thumbs up, man. Please.
My coach says I have to ask this all the time. I said I don't want to ask this. She said you gotta ask it. You gotta say like and subscribe. I said what? I said why? I said I want to tell people. She said you got to. It's called action. I said. She said how you run GTO Club. You don't have. You're not doing call to actions. I said that's a good point, coach.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got to you. They got to you.
They got to me for sure. All right, one last sponsor.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys.
One last sponsor of Reedy for the podcast, guys. Podcast once again brought to you by Purell. Purell, the most advanced hand sanitizer sister in the world. It's available in about 137 countries, and it's one of the leading hand sanitizers. And studies have been shown that hand sanitizers kill more than 99% germs. And you can pick that up. Go to Purell.com. Promo code Reborn Again. 35% off next 10 purchases of Purell.
This one that's definitely trolling. I think the other one might have been legit. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I agree. Guys, we're out. Peace out. Much love. Adios. See you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Lucky Chewy.
Woo! Lucky Chewy!
Yes, sir. In the house.
Hey.
Hey, peace.